Hey guys, this looks familiar, doesn't it? I was wanting to do a quick tutorial on how I made this hardcover with the chicken wire sandwiched in this little window. So if that is something that you would like to see, stick around because that's what we're going to talk about. So of course you're going to need some sort of material to build the cover. I like to use recycled things, snack boxes, cracker boxes, all that good stuff. If you have the chipboard stuff, that's great. If you don't, I'm making a mess. Look around your house and see what you can find. You could probably do this modified with a regular book cover as well. So you're going to need several sheets of these. 6 by 9 is the size that I made. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, I did 6 sheets of 6 by 9. And I will show you all that in just 1 minute. And then of course, whatever you are needing for your spine. So I will get all of the pieces cut and I'll show you what I do next. Okay, so I have my pieces cut. And you can see I use some cereal boxes, some cracker boxes, whatever. I wanted to show real quick that sometimes you have to go into the little crease thing on the boxes. I don't mind that, not one bit. I take a pair of scissors and I kind of flatten that part out a little bit, just so that there's no gaps, but also I will take a piece that does not have any creases and I will sandwich that in there as well, like this. And that gives you a nice strong hold and you don't need to worry about the crease. Oh, and I cut my spine. As you can see, there's 2 pieces, front and back there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to glue 2 pieces together for my back cover. And then I'm going to cut the front ones before I glue those. And I'll show you how I do that in just a minute. All right, so on one of my pieces, I have drawn a, what shape is that? Is that like a rhombus or something? I did not make it straight. You can if you want. I didn't want to. There you go. This one is about 5 inches tall and about 4 1/4 inches this way. That looks a little big to me, so I might move it in just a little bit, but I mean, you can make whatever shape you like. I do like to leave kind of a little bit of a chunk on each side, on all 4 sides, for stability. You know, if it's just a tiny frame, it's going to be very flimsy. It's not going to be a good cover. So make sure you leave yourself some room. I think I'm going to move this one in at least 1/4 inch on this side. So I will do that, get this cut, be right back. Okay, so here is my cutout, and I went with 5 inches tall and 4 inches across. I don't know why I said across. That's not a word. Okay, anyway, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on top. I am not going to glue it yet. That's just me. If you want to, you go right ahead. And I'm going to clip it in a couple of different places here. And then I trace around. Okay. And now that I know that it's the exact same size that it'll fit. Okay, I'm going to do that with my other 2 pieces here as well. So I will do that. Not going to glue these yet, but I will do this and then I will be right back. Oh, if you're going to use one of these, make sure that it is sharp because this is a lot of cutting. Also, a straight edge is pretty nice to have. You can do it without one, but if you have one, use it. They're great. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I have them all cut out. Here's the pieces. So they look pretty good, I think. I did go ahead and mark a T for the top on each piece so that I don't get them too confused. And I am not worried about them not exactly lining up. Maybe number one, my style is usually shabby anyway, and I think that if you're doing this sort of thing with the chicken wire or a mesh or something, that qualifies as shabby enough. If this bothers you, you can try to clean it up. But I am going to paint all of this before I glue it, so no one will ever know what piece is what. Okay, if that makes sense. So just paint a little thin line, whatever color you like. I'm going to go with black. Just right around these before we glue them together. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 2, line them up, glue these. Same with the other set. Paint, line them up, and glue. All right, so you will have 2 glued sets. 1 and 2. I'm going to do that. I'll be back. All right, I'm doing a handheld here really quick. So I had my trusty Fabri-Tac, and I have simply glued 2 of those pieces together. And after I painted front and back the black, and I did both pieces as you saw in the picture before this, because I don't know what may or may not show. So I was just trying to be thorough. Now what I do want to point out is, see, there's a little overlap. That does not bother me one bit. I think it's actually, focus, I think it's actually really cool to see some overlap like that. Plus, after we get done putting everything in it and decorating and doing our thing, you may not even notice that at all. So we'll just see where this little adventure takes us. On to the next step. I just wanted to come on and just say really quickly that if you don't feel like this is going to be enough, and after you put them together, that's what it's going to look like. It's pretty sturdy. And you'll also have some sort of cover, you know, on it, paper or fabric or what have you. If you still want to go that extra mile, you can either put another sheet on here, or you can take, this is just thinner paper, but you can use thicker paper if you'd like, and of course cut it out the middle, you know, fold it up and glue all the way around that way. And I will show you super quick how easy that is. And again, this is like thin butcher paper type stuff, but you can use thicker paper if you'd like. And with the glue, I think it makes a pretty sturdy little cover. So you would just cut an X like that and lay that in there. Of course, you would glue it, and then if you fold all these over like so, and then of course do your edges, that would just give you a little bit more stability. And you would do it on each one separate. Make sure you keep them separate because we're still not done putting our stuff in the middle yet. So, and yes, I know that we just painted this. If you want to do this and add another one, you can paint over that. It's totally up to you guys. All right. All right. Next step. Okay, so I just went ahead and put the paper on this one just so you could see, but as you can see here, it's going to just fit right over there. Pretty darn nice. Okay, so now we come to the fun part, which is putting our actual chicken wire in here. Now, if you don't have chicken wire, I believe it's Hobby Lobby sells little tiny rolls of this. I'm Southern all of a sudden. If you don't have that, look around and see maybe what else you do have. This looks like some sort of mesh, and I'm sure I could take my cutters and cut that apart, and that might look okay. Let me bring that up so we can see. And it's a smaller mesh, of course, but that might look okay. I don't know if I would use, like, this is the vegetable mesh, you know, you get like a bag of potatoes or something. I don't know if I would use this or not, just because it's so flimsy. You know what I mean? It moves a lot. I don't know. I don't think I could use it with a degree of yeah, if you're going to be putting, you know, weaving things in and out, then I would definitely say to just stick with the chicken wire, or like I say, what other kind of wire you have. These cut with the little plier things real easy. Where is my pair? There we go. And I put mine this way, and 2 will fit in there if you stretch it out just a tiny, tiny bit. So you want to make sure that you leave some overhang on each side. And then you just cut out 2 pieces. That are about the same size. And again, you might need to just stretch her out just a little bit, like this. All right. There's one. We will cut out another piece. Be right back. All righty, so I have my 2 pieces cut. And then I also cut just a tinier piece because look at all the paint I have on me. Because I need little tiny pieces. I don't know if you can see those, kind of maybe, to weave in and out to make the middle sturdy. So I just cut a little piece and then I'm just unwinding basically. And that's what I am using to attach the middle piece of the chicken wire. And again, it's just making one big piece now. And of course, now that I'm filming this, there we go, it doesn't want to come out very well. Alrighty. So I'm just going to put these together. And again, I don't mind what they necessarily look like as far as, you know, the shabbiness. And then I'm just going to grab them and twist them. If you've got like needle nose, not needle nose, the jewelry pliers, the round nose or the chain nose, if you've got that to help you, that might be interesting. So I'm just going to do that and then trim off any rough edges until, oh, I don't know, 1, 2, maybe 3 spots. I'm not going to do it all the way down, just like 3 spots. All right, be right back. Okay, so I've got it kind of tied together and so that it's all one piece. And now what I've done is I also have at the ready, I also have a few pieces of duct tape here. Mine's fancy. Goodness me. And then I'm going to take my glue, and this is going to be the top of my cover. So this is going to be where I sandwich. I'm sorry about all the logos there. But this is going to be where I sandwich my chicken wire or my mesh, whatever you have. I make a nice thick strip of glue right around the edge. And then I place this right down. And because I've already got my strips of duct tape, I can go right on it and go right up to the edge of the cutout there. And I might be over just a bit. Nope, I'm pretty good. All right, so then I'll do the bottom. Hold it down in the middle so I don't get glue all over the place. Push that down really good. And then I will do the sides as well. Okay, and we were talking earlier about, you know, giving your book integrity so that it wouldn't fall apart. And this, I think, will also help reinforce. And we'll put one more piece right here. Ah, this is the stickiest duct tape. Oh my gosh. There we go. All right. And then what we are going to do is make sure that this looks okay. Do we need to put any paint or anything on it? We might. Yep, we just might. So I'm going to do a quick 1-2 with some paint. And then I will glue really well right up to the edges. All the way around. And then sandwich that right in there. Okay, so I'm going to paint. Be right back. All right, time for glue. And I am just going to saturate this with my Fabri-Tac because we want a really good, strong hold. So I'm going to go right up to all of the edges. Give it a nice thick bead. Spread it out. Got one more here. I work so much with this that I kind of quit doing my nails a lot because this stuff is not good for beautiful fingernails. All right, give it a little bit more there. Okay, here we go. We're gonna sandwich that right up in there. Get all of your edges nice and straight. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look fabulous already? Okay. Okay, that is a little piece of duct tape. I don't care that that's there because this is going to be covered in, you know, like paper or something anyway, right? Oh, so nice. Okay, so here is what I did. I sat this on my desk and I put 3 or 4 books on it to weight it down, and I left it there overnight. If you've got a bunch of these bulldog clips, you could use those as well. So I'm going to set this down, smush it, work on something else for a little minute, and then we will be right back. Okie dokie. So you can see how this is put together pretty darn good. It's pretty sturdy. So now I'm just working on building the rest of this. And there's 100 different videos out there about how to do your hardcovers. The only thing that's going to be different about this one is that you can't make this one whole piece of paper or fabric. You have to cut that out. So I'm just going to show you really quick how to cut that out. This is how I build mine. Your way may be different, but I like to get the entire unit to be all one piece. So this is my back. This is the spine. And then I'm going to glue this here, but we can't have this, right? So I've just gone around, and this is where that T for top comes in handy. So I have just gone around, I've lined up the tops and the bottoms, and I've given myself a little bit of a, what's that called? Like not a gusset, but I've given myself a little bit of room here so that when you open or close this, there's a little gap. And then you just go around with a pen or a pencil and just every once in a while mark in between the holes in the chicken wire until you come up with this, and then you just cut that out. And I erred on the side of more, so I cut, boy, that, cut the duct tape with these scissors, and man, did it leave a film. Okay, so let's see how this looks, and it looks pretty good. So I'm just going to glue this onto here. Be right back. All right, so Now we can kind of start to see how our book is coming together. Not so shabby, huh? So I used a lighter color so that you could kind of see this. I would probably use a darker color to match. Since I painted this black, I would have used black, but I wanted everything to be seen here, so I can just go ahead and put some marker on that or whatever. When I put in my middle, when I sew in my signatures, I like to use, you know, the Tyvek, and I get tons of this stuff at work. As you can see, we get a lot of it, so I am recycling this as well. And again, when you put this in, you're just gonna have to do a little bit of what I call fake measuring, and then again, with just the exact same way that you did with the paper, you're gonna cut around so that that's marked, okay? Or however you do your, again, that's how I do mine. And then if you're going to cover this in paper, of course you'll have to be aware that you will have holes in your paper. And if you're going to do material like I did with mine, you'll have to cut that out first as well. And that is why I like having these all painted in there, because as you can see, hopefully, I don't know if you can see or not, but anyway, you can see all the way around. So, and I just think that that looks so much nicer when everything's painted. And if you do need to touch up, it's really easy to take your paintbrush and just dab in there. All right. Also, another thing that I did, and I have the book here, let's just grab it. Another thing that I did is I inked with permanent ink a little bit of the chicken wire to just give it kind of a shabby look. I used a material on mine, fabric, and I measured everything out, cut the hole out, and then I sewed around, as you can see, where the window is. All right, and then glued Fabri-Tac again right up to the very edge. And even after it was all done, I still went around and with a toothpick and just really did it again, because I just really want that to stay on there. So anyway, this is what you end up with. And you know, you can fold the fabric over on the inside, etc., etc. If you want to see the full flip through of this book, it's the one video back. So I hope I've covered everything. I can't think of anything else. This would be a lot of fun for you guys to maybe try for Priscilla's hardcover challenge. It's really not as difficult as it seems once you break it down into steps. So anybody can do this. All right, guys. I look forward to seeing all your projects. And everybody have a great week. And we are heading, gosh, pretty soon into March. So that'll be another challenge from April. We're making a true junk journal. So yeah, we'll be busy. All right, thanks you guys for hanging in there. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks, guys. Bye.